Je vous prie d'excuser mon français rudimentaire. Je ne le parle pas couramment et les quelques mots que je connais sont imparfaits. C'est peut-être aussi le cas en anglais. Aussi, j'espère que vous m'en voudrez pas si je continue à m'exprimer dans un anglais seulement un peu moins approximatif. Merci. But whether they are English or French, Swahili or Urdu, all words are approximations. They're imperfect reflections. They're partial directions given to travelers in an infinitely complex territory. We ask a lot of our imperfect words. And it is right that we do, because today we are living through a crisis of connection. If I would like to do one thing with these 5 minutes, it is to use some imperfect words to find a little connection. I'll explain. While she was editing my book about our relationships with trees and forests, The Heart of the Woods, my editor, Aruna Vastaveyan, would write little stories of her own in the margins of the work. One of these stories was about the time after her mother died, when Aruna had travelled to the place where her mother was born, near Simla in India. While she was there, one of her aunties took her to a grove of trees on the outskirts of the village. "This is a sacred place," her auntie told her. "It was sacred to your mother and to all the women in the village. Generations of women have been guardians of these trees," she said. "They were the trees' protectors, and the bond they had with them ran deep." It was for her, Aruna told me, a moment of connection with the living world, connection with her mother, connection with her family and her heritage through a small grove of trees. She holds that memory to be dear. It's just one of hundreds of stories people have told me since I wrote that book of the connections they have with trees or with rocks or with waterways. So I have a theory that everyone has at least one tree that they connect to, a tree that reminds them of a particular person or a particular time, a tree they watched grow or that acted as a marker of the passing seasons, a tree that they consider a friend, or perhaps one that acts as a memory for a friend now long gone. The same may be true for a rock or a waterway, but today let's stick with trees. If you're happy to, I invite you to close your eyes and bring to mind the tree that came to mind when I said that. I would like you to bring to mind the people or the person you associate with this tree, the times you spent there, the memories you associate with it. With your eyes still closed, look at it from afar and come closer and closer, so close you can touch the leaves. Place your hand on the bark of the trunk, feel the thrum of the sap rising through it. Sit a while there. Put your back against this tree. See the light filtered down through its leaves. Feel the cool air of its shade for a moment. After this event, I'd like you to ask someone else here about the tree they brought to mind. And I would like you to listen. Yes, to the words that they say, but also to the nature of the connection behind those words. If we use our words well, we use them to remind each other that we are all connected. All of us to one another, all of us to the world we inhabit. To quote the Scottish thinker Alistair MacIntosh, John 15, we are all branches of the one vine. We are all members one of another, St. Paul put it, on a good day anyway. We are all Buddha nature. Atman is Brahman, as the Hindus would say. The individual soul is one with the universal. We must use our imperfect words to remind each other again and again that we are connected. It's a lot to ask. After all, we have small minds, and our words are imperfect. We are swayed by talk of division. but that is our task, to remember and to remind others again and again that we are connected to one another, to the land across which we walk, to the seas that wash up against the shores of all the land masses, and to every lake and river, to individual trees and great forests, to the vast mycelial networks that we know almost nothing of but sustain all life, and to the living rocks beneath our feet that shape the lives of everything that walks and flies and crawls upon it. We must use our words to remember. Merci de votre attention.